welcome to We the People. Nitish Kumar and the state of Bihar have become the latest state in India to implement prohibition. Gujarat, of course, has had prohibition for years. Kerala then followed under the Congress. Now Nitish Kumar keeping his poll promise to women, and Jai Lalita campaigning in Tamil Nadu in election season is promising that if she gets re-elected, prohibition will be implemented in Tamil Nadu as well. On We the People today, we ask whether beyond a political slogan, what is the efficacy, the efficiency and the desirability of prohibition? Prohibition is often implemented by politicians in the name of their women voters who, rightly so, especially in rural India, complain about the battle with alcoholism and the men who get drunk and come home and what impact that has on their family lives and their rights as women. But beyond that, there is also a larger philosophical debate. One, of course, is prohibition the best way to counter alcoholism and its accompanying problems, or does prohibition just spawn an illegal industry of bootleggers and illicit liquor? And two, the larger question, the decision by different states in India to implement a beef ban led to protests by liberals who said this is an interference with personal liberty. Isn't prohibition exactly the same? Is prohibition about social conservatism and the overreach of the state, or is it a desirable policy? That's our debate on We the People. Let me get started with Pavan Verma, senior leader of the Janata Dal United. Absolute prohibition, not even a phased sort of policy that was originally the plan and that was given a heads up in the Bihar Assembly. Pavan, there is a sense that when the right of center of the ideological spectrum went ahead with the beef ban, there were a number of liberals, left-leaning liberals who said this is interfering with personal liberty. Why is prohibition not the same?
You see, I don't think prohibition is a moral imperative alone. It's a welfare imperative. And that's the key difference between the somewhat communalized prism with which beef eating was seen and the motivation to implement prohibition in Bihar. As you yourself said in your introductory remarks, the overwhelming popular demand was for prohibition. And it was also a poll promise in response to that demand.
To women in particular.
To women in particular, who are 50% of the electorate, but also it was not implemented on the next day after winning the election. Mr. Nitish Kumar took 4 or 5 months to put together the administrative machinery which to the best extent possible would try to minimize the negative consequences of prohibition which we have seen in the past.
And philosophically, the difference you draw from the beef ban is that beef has a religious and a communal subtext, but here this is cutting across
I said it's a welfare imperative, which is for the good, the larger social good.
You don't think it interferes with personal... you don't think to conflate alcoholism, which is what prohibition is an answer to, with social drinking is problematic?
No,
or a personal choice for you or me to have a drink in the privacy of our homes.
Let me say this, that politics is about the middle ground between the ideal, where everyone should drink in limited quantities with no deleterious consequences for their health or no bad consequences socially. But when you have to find that middle ground, in Bihar, because of the overwhelming popular demand, it was felt that total prohibition is the need of the hour today.
Kalikesh, would you accept that? Because it seems to cut strangely across party lines. Like the states I've named, AIADMK in Tamil Nadu wanting to do it, Congress in Kerala, Nitish's party in Bihar. But yet, to me, what makes it uncomfortable is whenever the state has an overarching decision making, on codes or solutions that I think should ideally come from within communities. I'm just uncomfortable with the state having so much power.
Oh, absolutely. And it never works. I can understand and sympathize with the reasons why Mr. Verma's party has chosen to go with prohibition, but it hasn't worked in the past. Complete banning, as you said, leads to illicit liquor, bootlegging. It leads to, if the addict doesn't get alcohol, they'll go into some other form of addiction. You have to treat the addiction, not just ban a product. It never really works. And there is the issue of personal liberty here. I think there is an issue of choice here. There is a problem with alcoholism and the violence, especially with the poorer segments of society in Bihar. But we need to treat that mindset and that issue. It's like really putting a band-aid on a fracture. But just banning alcohol will not solve it. Your
problem with prohibition is that it doesn't work, or you have an ideological libertarian problem with it?
A bit of both. I'm certain it doesn't work. And there is an issue about personal liberties here. I think we have a right to have a drink whenever we like to, whoever wants to have a drink.
Pavan, choice Choice is important. Choice is what democracies are founded on. And, while, again, an interesting parallel between the beef debate and the prohibition debate is that both find mention as directive principles in the Constitution. But times have changed. And, we don't have to literalize everything that was considered an aspiration in 1947. And let me give you a figure from the WHO. It actually says that 50% of alcohol consumed in India is unrecorded. Now, if it is unrecorded, even if you have a ban, you can continue to have an unrecorded, illegal underbelly of alcoholism, and in fact, by taking it underground, you make it that much difficult to even regulate, even for the sake of women.
I'll answer both questions.
Yeah.
Barka, freedom of choice is something we and I personally greatly respect. But is there no merit in freedom of choice of women against domestic violence? Is there no freedom that...
Are you saying men who don't drink have never beaten their wives?
I'm not generalizing, but there is a pattern that emerges from the excessive consumption of alcohol, particularly in rural areas when linked to poverty.
Right.
Is there no freedom that women can ask for, or people who are poorer can ask for, to get better, for instance, nutritional value? Is there no better freedom to use better disposable income? Is there no freedom to give more to your children? Is there no freedom that people want against this sense of insecurity bred by the constant level of insecurities caused by excessive drinking of alcohol? These are questions which politicians, sensing the mood of the people, must absorb. And your second question was about... Sorry.
No, about the fact that you're actually, when you push something underground.
Yes, now about the underground. The underground part. Let me answer that.
The unregulated sector is...
I'm saying, Barka, very simply and shortly to you. Of course, it's a difficult challenge. We know prohibition has not worked absolutely or very efficiently elsewhere. But what I was trying to emphasize in the beginning is that a series of administrative measures, from toll-free helplines, to hotlines, to CCTV cameras, to systems where trucks navigate the state with a time lock, to GPS monitoring, to better policing, and above all, because of the overwhelming support of the people, we believe even that unrecorded drinking will be reduced further.
Pawan Khera, the Congress is in a strange position here because, you're with the Congress, but the Congress implemented this in Kerala in an even odder way, where five-star hotels have actually been spared this prohibition. There's a classist subtext to it. There's a suggestion that only when poor men drink are they inclined to misbehave or make a nuisance of themselves. The court has actually upheld this class variation. Yeah. How do you see this debate around prohibition? Do you agree with what your party's done in Kerala?
No. I don't.
You don't agree with
No,
what
I don't agree. And I think many people, cutting across party lines, we'll have to start reinventing ourselves, all political parties. There is a context to Gujarat prohibition. Now, I think that context has changed. You certainly cannot interfere with people's liberties. I disagree with Mr. Verma when he says a majority demanded prohibition. Tomorrow, if the majority demands a temple in Ayodhya, will you support it? No, you can't have a majoritarian...
But are you really comparing a temple in Ayodhya, which again has a...
communalism is wrong, so is majoritarianism. How can you play around with my liberties just because there is a majority demand?
Have a quick response.
Quick response to that is, it's not majoritarianism. What is democracy about? Do you listen to the voice of the people without using it as a tyrannical tool to impose something the people don't want? If, for instance, gutka has been banned in Delhi or chewable tobacco, does the Constitution not allow for reasonable restrictions?
Gutka, because why are states not banning cigarettes? Cigarettes are actually much more injurious to health even when done within alcohol, at least if had in moderate quantities, does nobody else any harm and does yourself no harm if held, if within restrained, decorous behavior, right? Cigarettes are injurious to self. Cigarette smoking is injurious to others, but the cigarette lobby seems much more powerful.
No, maybe it's a matter of lobbies and maybe it's premature now to do it for cigarette, but for instance, you go to Singapore and you buy a packet of cigarette, you'll feel like a narcotic peddler. It's that strict. And there have been progressively increasing controls on smoking.
Pawan?
Barkha, I want to understand, if any act in an extreme form can lead to a crime, do you ban the act? If I drive a car rashly and meet with an accident, do you ban driving?
So it's
I don't
misuse that
understand.
you should address and not
Why criminalize an act because it can lead to an accident?
I wish it was not so isolated. Here you are seeing a general trend.
Sorry, I haven't finished yet. I haven't finished yet.
Sorry.
Don't criminalize it. It's not a police problem. It's a medical issue. Alcoholism is a medical issue. Try and evolve methods wherein it can be cured or treated.
Kiran
It
Bedi,
cannot have a law and
how do
order
you see this
You have to
as
change
as someone
behavioral
who's
patterns, Pawan.
Kiran, I think it's an important point that you're actually criminalizing choice here. And instead of criminalizing choice, you should actually be addressing the roots of alcoholism. And the roots of alcoholism are not going to be addressed by these blanket bans.
I want to fully support Pawan Verma. I 100% agree with him. I've experienced this 3 times over. My PhD thesis results that out of every 100 alcoholic families, 94% women get beaten. So it's a huge family violence. Isn't that criminal?
Of
Isn't
course,
that
domestic
number-
violence is criminal.
It's absolutely.
Of course it's criminal.
Number 2, mostly it leads to further marital violence because alcoholism and this domestic violence is so sides of the two same coin. And if you're asking me on implementation, if you're going for a prohibition policy like this, you have to put in, as he said, if the Chief Minister of Bihar has taken next 5 months to put a implementation system in place, I think that's what we need to debate on.
But Kiran, there is no debate on domestic violence. There is the debate is whether the misuse of a product or having it in quantities that make you lose control or make you lose perspective are different. There is a separation between saying that if you have a glass of wine or 2 whenever you want to, but you do no harm to anybody, should the state decide that, or should the state be tackling domestic
What else?
violence and the roots of
Isn't
patriarchy?
it a state responsibility if 94 out of 100 women of alcoholic families are getting beaten every day? And only 4% report according to the research thesis, and in the 4% nobody responds? Isn't it a duty of law enforcement to respond? And number 2,
so we're
when
going
you come back to me later,
Yeah.
I'll tell you how it's implementable because we have experiments of this.
But Sanjay, हम यहाँ क्या issues को mix up कर रहे हैं?
सी मैं ज़ाती तौर पर सोचता हूँ एल्कोहलिज्म इज़ अ सोशल प्रॉब्लम, इट इंडीड इज़, बट टू से कि हम औरतों के भले के लिए ये कर रहे हैं, अगर आपको इतना शौक है औरतों को भला करने का, प्लीज़ मैरिटल रेप को रिकॉग्नाइज कर लो, डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस
Exactly. Where all of the same parliament has unanimously or near unanimously refused to criminalize marital rape.
या एंड और आर्गुमेंट्स भी मुझे ऐसा लग रहा था वो पी के आर्गुमेंट्स दे रहे हैं.
Sanjay's a stand-up comic, so we have to make excuses for some of his comments. I can't actually tell when he's in character, when he's moving out, but okay.
And domestic violence can be contained, controlled and policed in many ways if the state is willing to do it. तो आप बैन कर दो, बैन कहाँ पे वर्क किया है? मेरे को लगता है गुजरात मॉडल है और कहीं गुजरात में तो सब कुछ सक्सेसफुल रहता है ना, तो इसलिए उन्होंने भी सोच के लगा दिया. और मतलब अब क्या है ना, किसी को ना ठेके पे जाने की जरूरत नहीं है, फोन करेंगे बूट लगा घर पे ही आके दे जाएगा, तो इट एक्चुअली वर्क्स फॉर पीपल इन अ वे.
Nikhil, let's bring you in. Your perspective in rural Rajasthan, somewhere between absolute bans and absolute freedom. Is there a middle space?
Firstly, the combination. I think bans, certainly people should have choice. But choice comes in many ways. To say that banning beef and banning this is exactly the same, I think there's a big difference.
No, I'm raising the question.
Yeah, you raised that
I'm
question
raising
at the beginning.
That because if you're a libertarian and you
Yeah.
believe in personal liberty,
Yeah.
is it not the same?
Right, but there are certain things that are known to do a certain kind of harm.
Okay.
Eating beef does not do harm to either you or others. It hurts the social sentiments of certain people.
Fair.
Certainly,
Okay.
and many other things
Okay.
do. But alcohol is known, you say just have a couple of drinks, but those who are alcoholics can't stop at a couple of drinks. So it does harm to people, and those people are trying to exercise their choice to control it. I come from a district where a very unique thing has taken place on the 29th of March, just a couple of months ago, not even where pulling out of the Rajasthan Excise Act, women in one panchayat said that the Excise Act said if 50% of the residents of a village, of a panchayat vote to not have a sales point in that panchayat, the government, the excise department will have to make sure that's not done.
Okay.
It was an incredible exercise. They had to go through all kinds of problems. 20% had to write in, that had to be verified by the SDM. It was done. When the voting took place on 29th of March, you had to have not 50% of those voting, 50% of those on the voters list, which is a huge number. 2,039 people voted in that panchayat. 1,939 voted against having a shop sales point there. 33 voted only to have a sales point.
Suppose all the panchayats of Rajasthan want to do this, Rajasthan would be effectively under prohibition.
Barkha, let's deal first with those people in that panchayat. They are saying we don't want sales points in our place. People we are dealing with domestic violence, we are dealing with the ill effects of alcohol, we are dealing with violence when someone spends money that is meant for food of the family on alcohol, that's also violence. We don't want these points where they step out of the house and it can be sold. They are saying we'll try and stop bootlegging in our panchayat also. They are saying we need the government's help, we need people's help. Not just women, even men have voted, even those who are alcoholics are saying we need help. We need to have a policy where we understand the ill effects of this. Yes, since then there have been 15 other panchayats which have started a movement saying we also don't want to sell. You can regulate. I am not saying, I agree. I am saying that firstly the social sanction we have for alcohol, we need to think about. Just as you're making a comparison with beef, we need to think about tomorrow, do you say having drugs is a choice? That's also a libertarian view.
But
there are
in
the
United States,
marijuana
is at the heart of debate.
No, but there is today in Punjab, and we are facing real issues, Barkha.
America is suffering with the guns and marijuana.
No, but there are states that have legislated to legalize marijuana.
No, they maybe that doesn't make it right or wrong. I'm saying that today there is a social sanction for alcohol. Alcohol is something that in excess does harm. If the people of one particular area say we want to control it in that area, they can perhaps in a far more practical fashion actually make their own lives better.
Kalikesh, is that a model that is somewhere between the state imposing a choice and the panchayats voting? Is that something that you would support?
I've seen that happen in my constituency where women self-help groups actually come out and shift shops out of their panchayats and out of their villages. But does that help the alcoholism? No. The alcoholic just goes across to the next village and gets his drink there and comes back home and beats his wife. You really have to address the issue of, as he said, domestic violence or alcoholism or addiction.
Just a quick rejoice.
Just by banning it is not going to solve the problem.
And Pawan, I found Sanjay's point of there's a certain level of humbug in everybody saying we're doing this for women. Because, if you're doing this for women, how are politicians so united on non-criminalization of marital rape? Why did it take us decades to get sexual harassment guidelines? Why did it take us a Nirbhaya to get us a new rape law? So everybody has shown so much alacrity in the name of women only on this one issue.
I don't believe that by acting in favor of what a large number of women want in this case, in one case, means that society has changed overnight and everybody is aligned now to work for women. So you can parody the point, and Sanjay did it in his own way. But the fact is that you can take one step which may be good for women, which is not necessarily negative because other steps have not been fully taken. I support those steps as well. And on the point that Kalikesh makes, in fact, if you are looking at changing behavioral patterns, one of the ways is to drastically reduce availability. The point is that if it's available around the corner, and poverty and alcoholism are a very, very deadly combination. And therefore, if its availability is reduced, it changes behavioral patterns.
So it does. It reduces the sales. So when you're saying they can go across the border and drink elsewhere, yes, but less will. If it's just available outside, kids will start much earlier.
Make it tougher to get.
These are statistics.
Make it tougher to get. I want to get Anita.
One more thing. The state is earning 6,500 crores in Rajasthan from the sale, excise of liquor.
Almost 6,000
it has
crores
become
in
a player. It is a player on that side. And in fact, when people are trying to regulate what is a part of the law...
You're answering my objection that why does the state have a role in this? You're saying
Correct.
the state already has a role in this by earning revenue from it. All right, Kiran.
This 6,500 crores is at the cost of family violence. You are earning money which would have got invested into family, which the government is extracting out. Actually, it's a families paying for this, getting violent, and then expecting the state to plow back that into social welfare. I think all this, and remember, when we say women, it's not just women, it's family violence. You think children are not victims of their father's addiction? The whole family is a victim of an addict father who returns every day drunk.
Okay, Pawan, quickly there, and then I want to just bring in the voices of the women actually.
Barkha, in Delhi we had experimented. Soft liquor, let's reduce the excise duty on beer and wines. And disincentivize hard liquor. It worked. There were silly demands of having a liquor outlet 200 meters away from a temple or a school, fair enough. We also incorporated that in our excise policy when we were in power in Delhi. It reduced substantially the Sansis or the hooch guys who make illicit liquor, because we reduced excise on soft liquor. So that, that intervention really helped. Now you hardly hear of any hooch tragedy in Delhi, whereas in 2009 Gujarat had 139 deaths.
And in fact, one of the more contentious parts of the Bihar legislation, Pawan, is capital punishment. When hooch tragedies happen, that's quite.
I think that the excise law provides for stringent punishment, and only in the case where there is a deliberate strategy of providing hooch which leads to deaths is there capital punishment, which is within the penal code. Murder is punishable by death.
So it's death for death. It's death for that. Kapil Sekhri, you head Fratelli Wines, and we are now in this context where basically drinking or alcoholism and the conflation with domestic violence, it must be a nightmare for you to be able to counter that. How do you counter that argument?
No, I don't think, I was just discussing with somebody and I was labeled politician before I even entered the debate. But nobody's arguing here that, we are all for uplifting women, we are all for, empowering the children. But I think that the bigger question here is that everybody's talking of alcohol and alcoholism. What about intoxication and addictism? You can be addicted to many other things besides alcohol. And intoxication. There are many other ways you can get intoxicated. Why just alcohol? People are talking of women because women voted in majority that they wanted it. Great. But what about first educating those same women to not get cancers by chewing tobacco? In India, it is a proven fact that more women chew tobacco than men. They take on to tobacco earlier on than men. What about first educating them to move away from that? Even that's causing harm to the families.
So you're saying there's a selectiveness in focusing only on alcohol?
It's not either or. It's not either or.
Yeah.
In fact,
But cigarettes? How come cigarettes never have the same
I'm trying
promptness
to
from
make the
states?
point, Barkha,
Yeah.
that when you say that you would like to strictly or drastically reduce the availability of alcohol, it's not that we are saying now please compensate by smoking more cigarettes. That's not what is the argument. The argument is that the state has within the constitution the right to impose reasonable restrictions on freedom of choice. Article 19G as against Article 19.
But isn't this this could be argued to be a kind of moral policing as well?
No, the point, it's a very fundamental point you raise. I'm glad you raised it. Moral policing is
And I don't mean domestic violence
moral
as moral policing. I think marital rape should be criminalized. I think when the state needs to be in your bedroom, it's not. And then when it doesn't need to be in your bedroom, it
be in
is.
your bedroom anyway. But the point I'm making is
Yeah.
that it's not a moral imperative, I said. It's a welfare imperative. We are not saying that, for instance, Christians at Christmas will have at the time of baptism, there's wine. It's not a moral imperative. We are saying that as a welfare instrumentality at this moment, given the levels of consumption and its deleterious consequences, you've chosen an instrument to change behavioral habits.
Karina, you're actually somebody who writes about wines, writes about alcohol. You're a woman. A lot of this is being done in the name of protecting women.
Yeah.
How do you see this debate?
I think the biggest thing that we've been saying is that it's a domestic violence issue, and I think the whole, someone that's given to domestic violence is just going to find something else that provokes him. Banning alcohol.
You're saying if you take away alcohol, he'll
find another way to, something else that provokes him. And the issue here is that if we ban alcohol, it's just like we are sticking our head in the mud with this blanket ban, and instead what's going to happen is they are going to put that much more pressure on the women. Because it's very difficult to deal with an addict. It's very difficult. So the women are going to have to deal with that. And also the whole brutalizing thing, what we are not realizing is that it's very hard to stop that. It's very hard to stop that, and women are a big part of
it. I think one thing that we are clearly ignoring and making it a man-woman issue is that we are not acknowledging that even women drink. And in rural areas, they do drink all kinds of liquor that is available. तो उनको हम इग्नोर नहीं कर सकते. और दूसरी बात ये कि बैनिंग इज लेजी गवर्नेंस.
तो पुरुषों को
बैनिंग इज लेजी गवर्नेंस.
बैनिंग इज लेजी गवर्नेंस. आपने मतलब यू डोंट वांट टू डू. अभी पवन साहब ने बोला पॉवर्टी एंड अल्कोहलिज्म इज अ डेडली कॉम्बिनेशन. पॉवर्टी नहीं हटाएंगे, हम अल्कोहलिज्म पे बैन करेंगे.
पवन, क्विक
रिस्पॉन्स. पॉवर्टी को हटाने में समय लगेगा.
बिल्कुल सर, 70 साल हो गए.
तो अगर उसको समय लगेगा. आपके पास कोई जादुई छड़ी है जिसमें गरीबी इस देश से चली जाए ओवरनाइट, पर अगर मैं प्रोहिबिशन को इंप्लीमेंट करके इंप्रूवमेंट कर सकता हूं लोगों की जिंदगी में, तो मैं आज उसका चॉइस करूंगा।
हम तो
You see,
चाहेंगे
don't
आप
deal in-
करें।
संजय जी आपसे एक मैं निवेदन करूंगा, डोंट डील इन एब्सोल्यूट्स। गरीबी हटा दो जी, उसके बाद सब पिएंगे, ये कौन सा आर्गुमेंट?
नहीं, ये कोई आर्गुमेंट नहीं है सर। उसके बाद सब पिए ना भी, उस सवाल पे पहुंचोगे नहीं ना। अगर आपका ही आर्गुमेंट है ना कि पॉवर्टी और अल्कोहलिज्म इज अ डेडली कॉम्बिनेशन, और मैं आपसे पहले एग्री करता हूं अल्कोहलिज्म इज अ प्रॉब्लम, बट इट इज अ मेडिकल प्रॉब्लम। उसकी आप पुलिसिंग नहीं कर सकते, जो दुनिया में कहीं पे जहां पे भी लोगों ने करने की कोशिश करी है, कामयाब
आप
नहीं
एक
हुई।
चांस दीजिए बिहार में।
Okay, can we just
जी,
hear from
बिल्कुल सर, ऑल द बेस्ट टू यू सर।
अच्छा एक मिनट
एक मिनट,
अनीता
एक
गुप्ता
गरीबी की बात है तो बता दें
जी।
क्योंकि बड़ी करीब से अगर हमने अपनी गरीब घरों को देखा है, ये हर घर गरीब है। जहां पिता सारा पैसा अपनी शराब पर खर्च किया आता है, वो घर अमीर है क्या? तो आई थिंक दैट्स ये अंडरस्टैंड करने, क्योंकि औरत एक आवाज नहीं उठाती, औरत सिर्फ पिटती है और फिर खुद सिलाई मशीन चलाने लग जाती है और काम पे चली जाती है और किसी तरीके से बच्चों को पढ़ाती है। बाप की कोई जिम्मेवारी नहीं थी। ये फैमिली वायलेंस की बात हम कर रहे हैं, सिर्फ विमेन की पिटाई की बात नहीं कर
So
रहे।
let's hear from Anita Gupta. She's with the भोजपुर महिला कला केंद्र in पटना। अनीता जी, यहाँ पे जो डिबेट चल रही है, एक तो वो कि प्रोहिबिशन से क्या बदलेगा, क्या बदलाव आपको लगता है इससे होगा?
देखिए, इससे तो शराब बंद से तो काफ़ी बदलाव होगा। जैसे कि अभी मैडम ही बता रही थी कि जो शराबी हैं, जो शराब पी करके आते हैं, जो पैसा बाजार में खर्चा कर देते हैं, तो यदि वो शराब पीना बंद कर दें, छोड़ दें, तो वो पैसा क्या है, वो घर में आएगा। घर में आएगा तो उसके बच्चे सबसे पहले तो भोजन, सबसे पहले तो खाना खाएंगे, पेट भर जाएगा। उसके बाद जो घर में फिर कुछ पैसा आता है तो फिर वो पढ़ाई करेगा। तो ये सबसे अच्छी बात है कि ये शराब हमारे बिहार में बंद हो चुका है और हम लोग बहुत इससे खुश हैं। और दूसरी
सबसे ज्यादा कठिनाई औरतों को क्या है?
सबसे ज्यादा कठिनाई यही है कि जो जैसे कि शराब पी के जो हम लोग अपने आंखों से देखे हैं और हम उसके ऊपर काम भी कर रहे हैं। हमारे एक संस्था में है रीता देवी, अभी जस्ट मैं लेटेस्ट में बता रही हूँ कि शराब तो बंद हो गया, कहीं मिल भी नहीं रहा है। 10 साल से अपने पत्नी को छोड़ दिया था उन्होंने, अचानक उसकी तबीयत बिगड़ गई। तबीयत बिगड़ जाने के बाद घर से फ़ोन आ गया, तो वो जो महिला जो थी अपने हम लोगों ने छोटे छोटे स्कूल खुलवा के रखा है, उसके जरिए से पैसा कमा, जो भी सेव इकट्ठा करके रखी थी, अब वो देखिए वो पैसा जो भी पैसा सेव करके रखी थी, अब उसके इलाज पे जा रहा है। यदि वो
जो आदमी ने उसको 10 साल छोड़ दिया, अब वो पैसा उसके इलाज पे। जी। तो ये these are absolute problems. I think what we're debating is not the problem but the solution. I think that's where in a sense the disagreement is. Rajiv's a lawyer, has very sort of courageously come here to share his story as somebody who was an alcoholic. He's somebody who is now a recovered alcoholic. Rajiv ji, आप क्या बोलेंगे? पहले अपनी story थोड़ा if you can share. How did you become somebody who was an addict? कैसे बने आप alcoholic?
The speaker is a lawyer.
Yes.
However, he didn't practice much at the Delhi High Court bar, but practiced very vigorously at the club bar. So he became a full-blown alcoholic.
Yes.
And that took him 28 years. Tapasya.
28 years.
I drank.
At what age did you start?
Oh, it's too difficult to calculate.
Roughly? No,
Today
when did you discover you had a problem?
I was in school. Others discovered I have a problem. I didn't think I have a problem. Okay? Just let me tell you some facts. I haven't had a drop of alcohol for the last 18 years. 18 years. But I'm yet an alcoholic. And I'm very proud of it.
What do you mean you're proud of it?
Aren't you proud of what you're doing?
No, I wouldn't be proud if I was dependent on something that cost me my health and my... You're proud of recovering from alcoholism, not being an alcoholic.
Look at it together.
Yes.
You can't take a thing in isolation.
Sure. So how do you see this prohibition debate?
Look, the speaker is not going to argue for or against because he's a lawyer. You pay me, I'll argue on both sides.
No, what do you think?
Okay.
Forget being a lawyer here. You're a person first.
Okay, so I'm going to talk to you certain facts. Harilal Mohandas Gandhi was the older son of Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi.
Yes.
He appeared at his father's funeral in such a derelict condition that few recognized him. He died from liver disease on 18th of June 1948.
Right.
In a letter, Gandhiji writes to Harilal, he also urged him to give up alcohol and debauchery. In the letter, Mahatma Gandhi stated that Harilal's problems are more difficult for him to deal than the struggle for Indian Republic. The best example before us, history from which we don't learn, but we get into debates, is America. I'm just going to read 3 lines of what happened in the 1930s. In addition, the Prohibition era encouraged the rise of criminal activity associated with bootlegging.
Yeah.
The most notorious example was of Chicago gangster Al Pacino.
Al Capone.
Oh no, sorry.
Al Capone, yeah.
That's an
Al Pacino,
alcoholic.
yeah, okay.
Who earned a staggering $60 million annually from bootlegging.
Yeah.
And such illegal operations fueled a corresponding rise in gang violence.
Okay, so you're basically saying that it has actually spawned mafia gangs.
Yes,
Right.
but let's not finish. I just have 1 more minute.
Okay.
only. Prohibition, Gujarat's worst kept secret. Hello. The tragedy of Gujarat is that politicians in need of funds for election turn to big bootleggers, thus giving the latter a handle. It was during the riots in the early mid. Blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah.
No, I just have to ask you a question about you.
Yep.
If there was prohibition, if it was difficult for you to get liquor, would it have made you recover quicker?
Madam, the fish in the sea is never thirsty. An alcoholic will get alcohol for himself in a caged iron well. You can put him in. He'll get it there.
So you're saying prohibition cannot stop alcoholism?
No way. This is all monkey business. They are not addressing the problem. Personal agendas and stuff like that. Are they alcoholics? I'm a PhD in it.
Okay, Kiran Bedi. And I'm taking audience questions now, so please,
I
if you
think
have
it's a question of demand and supply hugely.
Yeah.
और जहां वो दुकान दूर होगी
Yeah.
उतनी उसको मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी हर टाइम इतना इजी नहीं होगा धीरे धीरे वो एडिक्शन कम होगी लेकिन ये डिमांड एंड सप्लाई का इशू है एंड बरखा आई वांट टू गिव यू एन एग्जांपल ऑफ एन एक्सपीरियंस वी हैव हैड पवन मेंशन्ड सांसीज सांसीज वाज एन एक्स क्रिमिनल ट्राइब
Yeah.
during the time when post-independent, earlier they had declared certain tribes illegal.
Yeah.
Sansi was a naturally brewing illicit liquor tribe,
Yeah.
which was and then of course it was notified and they became. I've experienced it. मेरे जिले में वो वेस्ट दिल्ली नहीं थी, वो वेस्ट दिल्ली थी. I think Pavan would remember. लेकिन I tell you it was implementable. How? Because we had जो भी सांसीज थे या अब पुराने सांसीज उनके जब नाम बने तो 1010 लोग निकले. जब हमने 1010 पर मेहनत करनी शुरू की एंड आई मस्ट टेल यू बूट लेगिंग सूंघते यू कैन स्मेल इट. जब बूट लेगिंग जागरी होती है या वो राइस ब्रू करते हैं तो वो दूर से बदबू पता चलता है या ब्रू हो रही है या वो उन्होंने गड्ढे के नीचे दबाई है. जब दुकान में भी आती है सारे नेबरहुड में फैलती है. सो दैट मीन्स आपको पता चल जाता है. जैसे पवन मेंशन टेक्नोलॉजी आर तो बड़े और सोर्सेस हैं.
Yeah, Pavan Varma. Yeah, okay. Okay.
जैसे मेरे कहने का मतलब है ये पैटर्न ऑफ इम्प्लीमेंट.
So you're saying
ये
the fact
implementable
that
है.
bootlegging. Okay, now there's
Quick response
मुझे
to what you
सिर्फ
said.
Pavan Varma, that is. हाँ, okay.
इम्प्लीमेंटेबल का मतलब है कि ये नॉर्मल पुलिसिंग के साथ साथ आपको एक्साइज प्रिवेंशन पुलिसिंग लानी पड़ेगी.
But you know,
नंबर 2 मुझे कंप्लीट करने दो क्योंकि पॉलिटिशियन का है. अब इसके बाद जब इंप्लीमेंट हो बिहार में आई वुड अर्ज यू पवन प्लीज पास इट ऑन टू द सीएम कि जिसकी कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी में इलिसिट लिकर ब्रू हो रही है एमएलए को बुलाया जाए चाहे किसी पार्टी का हो क्योंकि एमएलए को नॉलेज के बिना वो ब्रू नहीं हो सकती. एमएलए प्लस पुलिसिंग करने से ये इंप्लीमेंटेशन होगी.
But Pavan Varma, the argument that I'm hearing Kiran make is that bootlegging too can be addressed, and the fact that bootlegging thrives is not a reason to not impose prohibition. But whether it's Chicago, whether it's it's Amchi Mumbai, in Mumbai, you have actually seen the creation of the mafia, of the underbelly, of the underworld, at the same time that Morarji Desai first comes and bans liquor.
Two quick responses, Barka.
The syndicates start like this.
First, the fact that in the past attempts of prohibition have been less than successful does not mean that benefiting from that experience you cannot attempt to make a better regimen to impose it. I'm not saying it's going to be foolproof in its entirety. I'm not saying it's not going to be a challenge, but you can certainly learn some lessons from it. Secondly, for the absolutely confirmed addict, he will make that extra effort to go to any length to get liquor. But for those who have a behavioral pattern to drink or drink marginally excessively, the lack of availability becomes a huge restraining environment.
Kalikesh, Pawan, Kapil, if you want to just come in, Kapil.
I have one simple question. See, when you look at Bihar, so I think we need to divide alcohol. There is country liquor, there is toddy, then there is IMFL, there is beer, there is wine. And I think it's just a very broad spectrum. Alcohol is also used for making industrial paints, it's used for so many applications. Medicine. So now you're saying that we look at state of Bihar, which is unfortunately among the top 3 states in the country. If 1/3 of the population is there among Bihar, Jharkhand and UP. So you have come a complete gauntlet ban that even Gujarat hasn't done. In fact, Gujarat, if you see over the last 5 years, has given more licenses than it did in the first 20 years. Now the new hotels which are opening up have licenses, new SE zones which are opening up have licenses, and that's a so-called social person who's not maybe taking away that income and depriving his child the education. Why is government depriving themselves of taxes coming from that? And that what I got to know, maybe I'm very, very wrong. I just did when I had to come here, that 4,000 crores is actually collected from IMFL beer and wine, and 2,000 crores is collected from toddy and country liquor. Ban country liquor, ban toddy, absolutely. Channel that money, open more rehabilitation centers, we are all for it. But completely coming down and dropping a gauntlet. What about the people who are already addicted? What about the people who are already alcoholics?
And
I think it should have been done in a phase.
You want to add to that, Kareena?
Yeah, I think a blanket ban affects more the people that are social drinkers, because they are not going to bother. They are like, okay, it's not available, that's fine. But for someone that's an addict, the whole definition means that he will go to any lengths to
Which is what we heard Rajiv say as well.
It's going to happen.
Pawan, why the blanket ban? And I'm just taking questions now, please. Yeah, Pawan, quickly.
I think ultimately you yourself referred to it in parts that it cannot be an elite privileging ban. That if you are relatively privileged, or if you are in the cities, or if you live in 5-star hotels, you can get it. Because the acquisition in any democracy will be, you banned it for us, what about the others?
Which is why my problem with Kerala.
Yeah.
I actually find that.
Yeah,
but Kerala too has started giving licenses for beer and wine. Yeah. So they are separating. So should we be clubbing all alcohol together, all categories of alcohol
in the beginning we made an attempt.
And toddy is allowed.
There's a Gujarat model, we are attempting a Bihar model, give it a chance to run.
Okay, this on a more serious note, I have here somebody who actually has to experience an alcoholic husband on a daily basis. Now we heard from a recovered alcoholic. Rajiv's argument is prohibition will not stop an alcoholic from getting liquor. But for a woman who actually has to live through, what this means at home, मैं आपका नाम नहीं ले रही क्योंकि आपकी आइडेंटिटी को हम थोड़ा प्रोटेक्ट करें, लेकिन आप बताइए, आपकी 3 बच्ची हैं, आपका आदमी जो है वो रोज पीता है? जी, रोज पीता है। कितना पीता है?
कभी कभी कम, कभी ज्यादा,
लेकिन रोज पीता है।
रोज पीते हैं।
जोर से बोलो,
जोर से बोलो। हाँ,
यही तो प्रॉब्लम है।
कभी कम, कभी ज्यादा, रोज पीते पर।
जब वो पी के आते हैं घर,
जी,
तो उनका क्या बिहेवियर रहता है?
नशे में रहते हैं, लड़ाई झगड़ा करते हैं, छोटी छोटी बातों में मार पिटाई करते हैं, बच्चों को धमकाते हैं, मुझे भी लड़ाई झगड़ा करते हैं, हाथ भी छोड़ देते हैं, यही बिहेव रहता है बस।
लड़ाई करते हैं और गाली गलौज करते हैं और हाथ भी उठाते हैं।
हाँ जी, बच्चों को भी डांटते हैं और लड़ाई झगड़ा भी करते हैं।
और जब वो नहीं पीते तो उनका व्यवहार क्या अलग रहता है?
जी हाँ, बहुत अलग रहता है, बहुत प्यार से बात करते हैं, बच्चों को भी गोद में लेते हैं, मुझसे बहुत अलग बर्ताव करते हैं, हर चीज़ के लिए पूछते हैं। और जब नशे में होते हैं ना, तब तो आते हैं, सो जाते हैं, और टोकती हूँ तो लड़ाई झगड़ा करते हैं, मार पिटाई करते हैं, बस टोक दिया तो इसी बात पे लड़ाई होती है।
तो आपने कोशिश की उनको, जब आपने कहा होगा कि मत पियो, कम पियो,
जी,
अब क्या करते क्या है? इतना पैसा कैसे आता है उनके पास रोज पीने के लिए?
पीने के लिए क्या 50 रुपये मिल जाएंगे तो उसमें पी लेंगे। वो तो
50 रुपए में भी पी सकते
हैं, 20 रुपये में पी सकते हैं, इसमें पी लेंगे। 30 रुपये का पौवा आता, उसमें पी लेते हैं। तो ये, और रही मैंने मना करने के लिए कोशिश कर रहा था, उन्होंने ये जवाब दिया कि तू चाय नहीं छोड़ सकती तो मैं शराब कैसे छोड़ सकता हूँ, तू चाय पीनी छोड़ दे, मैं शराब छोड़ दूँगा। मैंने चाय कैसे छोड़ सकती हूँ, बचपन से पिए चाय तो सभी पीते हैं, कि मैं शराब नहीं छोड़ सकता।
और आप उनके साथ रहते हैं, लेकिन आपने कभी सोचा नहीं उनको छोड़ दूं मैं?
जी, छोड़ने के लिए मन में ख्याल आया, लेकिन बच्चे तो नहीं छोड़ सकते ना उन्हें। मेरी 3 बेटियां हैं, बच्चे तो पापा ही पापा करते हैं ना उन्हें, कि पापा कब आएंगे, पापा ड्यूटी जा रहे हैं, पापा कब आएंगे ड्यूटी से, नानी घर भी जाता है, मम्मी पापा के पास कब चलोगे, ऐसे कब छोड़ दूँ उन्हें।
आपको लगता है कि अगर शराब मिलती ही नहीं तो वो उनके लिए फिर कुछ बदलता, कि आपको लगता है क्योंकि आपने पौवा 20 रुपए की पौवा की बात की, तो कोई तरीका निकाल देते हैं वो कहीं से भी पौवा लाने का? हाँ जी। शराब पे रोक होनी चाहिए?
जी हाँ, बिल्कुल होनी चाहिए।
आपको लगता है होनी चाहिए? Pawan, Khera and Kalikesh, these are the complex questions, and even as a woman it confuses me, because I mean I feel for what I so feel for what she's going through. It makes my blood boil, but I'm still uncomfortable. I have to disclose with the state intervening at this level.
Barkha, why do politicians, all of us, look for shortcuts to a problem? Why do we only think of 5 years? Why can't we think of a longer term? Why can't we have a longer term vision? Now, if there's pollution, ban cars. Why? I mean, let's think of a
because
proper
you have to start
solution.
somewhere, whether prohibition
I'm sorry,
or pollution.
No,
I mean,
you have to
alcoholism or
have
pollution.
stop punctuating your thought with 5 years. Think of beyond 5 years. You may lose an election, you may win an election, that's immaterial. Think of a longer term solution which takes everybody along. For 4% or 5% of alcoholics, why should the 95% suffer?
Kalikesh.
No, I feel for the lady. There's no doubt about the fact that she's facing a very tough situation. But can we help her by also taking her husband for counseling, making sure he gets de-addicted, making sure he understands what's criminally right or wrong, where he can't beat his wife and kids?
Yeah.
Or should we just stop him from drinking, banning alcohol? That's
I
the
think
question
that's
I'm
where
raising.
the root of the debate is. Yes.
I have a question to the government or policymakers. We talk about prohibition. Do we talk about banning surrogate advertisement on alcohol? You look at McDowell's, it talks about soda, but we don't know it's not talking about soda. Then second issue is, do we get labels on alcohol that it can cause liver cirrhosis, it can damage liver?
Kiran, you want to take that?
Like cigarettes.
बरखा, पहली बात तो मैं ये कहना चाहती हूँ, ये एक लेडी नहीं है। अगर आप ग्रास रूट में एनजीओस में काम करो, गांव में काम करो, झुग्गी झोंपड़ियों में काम करो, ये हर घर की कहानी है। जो प्रॉब्लम अभी द पीपल तक नहीं पहुंचती है, मैं पहली बात, ये एक लेडी नहीं है। इसलिए बहुत आपके लिए भी ये अवेयरनेस है, क्योंकि हम लोग जो फैमिली काउंसलिंग सेंटर चलाते हैं, लाइन लगी होती है, और कितने सेंटर सरकार अफोर्ड कर सकती है। सो पहली बात तो ये मैं कहना चाहती हूँ, घर घर की कहानी।
Does that violence originate in misogyny or in alcohol?
It originates from alcohol, which leads to misogyny.
But misogyny exists outside of alcoholism
as well. But ये घर घर की कहानी है.
So the problem is patriarchy and misogyny, and alcohol is becoming an excuse कि मैंने पी रखी थी इसलिए मैंने ये कर दिया. But basically आपके दिमाग में वो patriarchy और misogyny.
No. Balka, I want to come in. I want to
मैं
come.
ये कहना चाहिए short term नहीं है, ये long term है, क्योंकि बच्चों को भी impact करती है.
Okay, Pawan and then Nikhil. Yeah, I'm coming to you. Yeah.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
See, misogyny is a pathological state and it can be analyzed psychologically. But to make no linkage between excessive alcohol consumption and violence is to completely derail the debate. There is a linkage. And the problem is that what you have in mind, and I can sense your dilemma, that what about a social drink in the evening? The problem is it doesn't remain confined to that. And
my problem is that we're seeing politicians getting worked up over patriarchy.
No, the point that
and in elections, free liquor is distributed. The pawa is available for 20 rupiah, right? Yes. My problem is that women are being used, I believe, as somewhat of an excuse here because we don't see this kind of.
First of all, 50%. What 50% of the electorate wants, even if it's only women, cannot be only an excuse. Yeah. That's point number one. Point number two. Pawan Khera is saying, why not take up long-term solution? Yeah. Again, I want to say it's not either or. First of all, you make a beginning at some point, and then you also work for long-term solutions.
Okay, let's make it.
Yeah, so I think there has to be also in this whole thing a kind of middle ground. We have to realize that politicians are actually responding to a need on the ground. They, whatever may be their own motivations, and it's true that they distribute liquor and it's true that there are double standards, but they're responding because on the ground, not just women, but there are other people who are troubled by the whole mafia that also sells liquor, including the state. We need to understand that when people are trying to take an initiative, we need to have de-addiction camps, we need to have counseling, we need to have many things, but you've heard this story from this lady who said her husband was very different when he didn't drink, and that is a reality. Those who leave alcohol, and if we create an atmosphere where we can make sure those who have access to alcohol is reduced, not the alcoholic, I agree he'll go to any lengths, and we need to deal with that person differently.
All right, last comments, we'll start with you, Kalikesh.
Then a lot more has to be done other than prohibition. Prohibition is a first off the cuff response by the Nitish Kumar government. It's a politically popular thing to do. I don't think it will achieve the results. I think if they really want to address the issue of alcoholism and domestic violence in Bihar, a lot more has to be done.
Kapil.
I think first of all, I think we all agree that we have to do something about it, but I think mid-ground is the answer. I think the answer is like what you just, before the debate started, that WHO says that 50% of the, the alcohol sold in the country is not even accounted for. I think there has to be a mid-ground. We should have not done a gauntlet ban on it.
Exactly. Middle ground में सबसे पहले क्या कर सकते हैं? अब ये हैप्पी आवर चलता है ना, एक लो एक फ्री मिलती है, वो बंद कर दो ना. मैंने कभी दूध के साथ तो देखा नहीं कि दूध का गिलास एक लो दूसरा हैप्पी आवर.
Okay. Yeah, I think we need to ask ourselves, are we agreed that there should be some form of regulation? Then find the best amount of regulation so that actually we can reduce the ill effects of it. I am frightened about the bootleggers who will come when you ban alcohol, and therefore we need to find a practical solution, but we cannot have the state supporting the sale of alcohol. That's a problem.
Yeah. Okay, Kiran.
मैं समझती हूँ पॉलिसी के साथ साथ इम्प्लीमेंटेशन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, और इम्प्लीमेंटेशन सिर्फ मैसेज टू पुलिसिंग ही नहीं है, उसमें साथ एनजीओज भी जोड़ने चाहिए, स्कूल के टीचर्स जोड़ने चाहिए, प्रधान जोड़ने चाहिए, लोकल एमएलए और कॉर्पोरेटर जोड़ना चाहिए अगर इम्प्लीमेंटेशन करनी है. ये ना हो जाए कि फिर पॉलिसी लगाई फेल हो गई. वी वांट दिस टू सक्सीड, टू हैव अ न्यू जनरेशन.
माफ कीजिएगा, कोई भी पॉलिसी a few good officers पर निर्भर करेगी तो वो पॉलिसी चल ही नहीं पाएगी. कल ये रिटायर हो जाएंगी, परसों कोई और आ जाएगा, तो वो पॉलिसी फिर कैसे चलेगी?
इसीलिए कह रही सिस्टम्स अप्रोच.
दूसरा कोई भी सिस्टम जो ह्यूमन बींग्स पर निर्भर करता है, उसमें मुझे बड़ा प्रश्न चिन्ह दिखता है हमेशा.
ये विद टेक्नोलॉजी हो सकता है.
माफ कीजिए, एक और मुझे पॉइंट बोलना है. आप क्यों नहीं सस्ती कर देते हैं बियर और सॉफ्ट वाइन्स को? ट्राई दैट एक्सपेरिमेंट and make this rough liquor very expensive. Disincentivize that. Try that experiment. Why not? Maybe it works.
I've got to close. Closing comments.
Very simply put, Barkha, it's a courageous decision in response to popular demand. And a great deal of thought has been given to its proper implementation involving institutions outside the government.
Correct.
I say to you, it's a challenging job to do, but we have the support of the people and we have a meticulous.
There are states who actually tried prohibition and have had to lift it, right? Andhra Pradesh, we've seen that. Haryana. We've seen Haryana, we've seen Manipur. There are states where this has happened. So the jury is out.
I'm saying that's why I said somewhere.
You have to keep corruption out.
I said somewhere, let's see how the Bihar decision unfolds.
Okay, we leave it here. The jury is out, as I said. It's a difficult debate because, especially as a woman, I feel torn between what women experience, and as a liberal, I feel uncomfortable with giving the state so much power. So I think the dilemma really, perhaps is something that many people feel. It's a conversation. We hope we've started one. We'll see how the Bihar experiment works.
I think the challenge to Bihar government, prove it right.
Okay. We'll leave it there. Thank you very much. Thanking everyone. Thank you.